Hello there gang, DD DeVere here with another past blast in which we should be playing a little bit of Arma Cold War Assault. So this was of course released way back in 2001 under the name Operation Flashpoint Cold War Crisis, as it was developed by Bohemia Interactive and published by Codemasters. Then of course Bohemia went their own way, so Codemasters kept the rights to the Operation Flashpoint name and franchise, so Bohemia have re-released it very recently as Arma Cold War Assault, but it is basically the same game. So let's have a look at what we get. Options. Some video options. Not they'll make a great amount of difference, but they're there. That's always good. I don't know why terrain details so low. We have some audio options. And again, controls are fully rebindable, and we'll talk about those in game. Because if you've played any of Bohemia's games and other games in the series, you'll know that they're a bit of a force unto themselves. And finally some difficulty options, which you probably want to leave a lot of these things on for the easy. You'll understand why when we start playing. So let's look at what we get content wise. So the multiplayer is basically dead, but apparently there is a client available for download that will allow you to hook up with other people. I don't know how true that is because I've not tried it. Of course you get a mission editor, which has been pretty much a staple of this series, to make your own missions. Then you get single missions to play through. Fair decent amount. And of course, being as this is Arma, there are some flight type ones, as well as some armoured ones. Some basic soldiering. A fairly decent little amount. And then of course finally you get the campaign game, which is quite an expansive campaign, a considerable amount of cutscenes for the time. I think what we'll do for this is probably perhaps sorry, which way we'll go for it. We'll probably dive in from here, because this is quite cutscene heavy. From the start to actually getting into some action, it takes about half an hour before the actual game proper kicks off. So I'll continue from there. So we've basically assaulting a town. This is the bit just after all the cutscenes. So it is checkpoint based. So graphically, of course, it's definitely looking its age. I mean, this is 2001. But for 2001, there's a lot going on. The size of the game, the scope, the amount of AI, the vehicles, in fact, you can fly tanks. Oops, I should be over there. So, let's try and get a hang of the controls here again. I should have been up here with my squad. Because, yeah, this is quite bizarre. I'm afraid I'm only a lowly grunt in this particular mission. So yes, if you've played any Arma games, the more modern ones, you'll definitely recognise this sort of bizarre way of communicating. I keep putting myself into the crouch position by mistake, because crouch is on Q. Sprint is Shift or E. V for iron sights. Right mouse click is just sort of scope and zoom in. And of course you've got the little crosshair thing, It's kind of weird the way it tracks.
Move to tree, 12 o'clock.
I'm assuming you mean this tree. It's trying to find out where you're supposed to be half the time. Is that little marker, that little yellow box is where I'm supposed to be. Somewhere out there is some enemies. Yeah, you still got sort of C and X for turn, and one thing is you've still got the Alt to have a free look as you're running.
1 o'clock. Enemy soldier 100.
Right now, trying to find them. Well, we've lost people already.
Soldier 200.
That looks like an enemy. It's a weird kind of... Is he down? I think he is. Yeah, the shooting mechanics leave a lot to be desired by today's standards. It's kind of weird drift on your sights or on your crosshairs. It's weird delayed input lag. It's very... shows its age in the shooting mechanics for sure.
12 o'clock. AT soldier 100.
Like most Arma games, I've no idea what number I actually am.
7. Target soldier. 12 o'clock. Soldier 200.
That don't look good. That looks good.
Target BMP.
They can shoot it.
9. Target soldier.
Oh, good, they got it. Not that means a lot. Because it's armour, it's pretty, as you'd imagine.
5. Target soldier. 2 o'clock. Enemy soldier 200. 10. Engage soldier.
Holding.
Up, Alpha Squad. We need to cover the village now. Get yourselves in position. Out.
Really weird about this bizarre sort of mouse lag going on.
7. Engage soldier. 8. Engage soldier. 3. Engage soldier.
No idea if I've got him or not.
8. Injured. Soldier.
Just a bit of reloading.
11 o'clock. Soldier 100.
See, it's really more what this game brought to the table for its time.
11 o'clock. Soldier 200.
I'm not hitting him at all.
Down.
Right, I'm going to try and catch up with the rest of the squad.
3. Engage soldier.
So definitely not the most smoothest of controls.
5. It's down.
It's this kind of weird sort of delayed bizarro.
6. Negative.
Is he one of ours or one of theirs? He's one of ours, I think.
4. Taking command. 10. Engage soldier.
Iron sights is V.
9. Engage soldier.
So I don't know if he's on the other side or of a building. Expect to die a lot from
4. Injured.
enemies on the other side of trees that shouldn't be able to see you, but they will.
Soldier 100.
This again is a staple of the Arma series.
Soldier.
Is their ability for incredible sort of eyesight.
100.
And look, there's one.
9.
Got him.
6. Target soldier.
Right, he's down.
I've got him.
It's equal parts frustration sometimes this game. You will die a lot from random bullets through trees. The AI will see you a lot. They really do have some quite X-ray vision for sure. Right, it's supposed to get myself into burst mode.
Soldier 6 o'clock. 8. Don't you soldier 6 o'clock. Clear.
Anything is you don't have a direct lean anymore.
Ready. All move to tree 10 o'clock. On the
Tree
way.
10 o'clock. Which tree is? There's trees all over the place at 10 o'clock.
All go to
You know, when you keep in mind the age of the game, 2001,
from the south. Retreat immediately. Repeat. Retreat immediately. Out.
right, that means run away. That I can do. You know, there's a lot of AI on the screen for the time when there generally wasn't that much. In most other games, there is a lot going on. This game does does quite a lot. So for the age of the game, it's perhaps a bit understandable that it is sometimes somewhat aimbotty when you compare it to what else was available. Don't I keep doing that? Because of course we've got the ability to look behind us as we sprint. Try and stay. Oh, we should be going that way. See, that's why it's very hard sometimes to stay with your squad. It is one of the things. I mean, where are we going now, chaps? Hopefully he's ours. Yeah, I think he is. That looks fairly... Yes, that's ours. So there's a lot of content here. It's just, if you've played any of the Arma military games, the actual military content I do refer to here, not zombies and not cops and robbers on an island, then you know it's they can sometimes be very taxing of the patience. So you'd think being in cover of a bush would be a good thing. Where are we going, chaps? That's sometimes more of a death sentence. Standing in the open is safer because at least you have a chance of seeing something that's about to shoot at you. No idea where we're going at this point. Oh, hello. Are we all that's left of the group then? Yeah, the casualty rates in this game on your allied forces is quite considerable. Now who are we following? You might as well get up now. You know, it's for 2001. This brought a hell of a lot to the table, but it's somewhat frustrating in places. Certainly not a game you can rush through. Come on, chaps, what are we doing? Are we assaulting, staying? But yeah, it brings it does a lot for its time. Operation. Oh, where's my waypoint marker? Oh, well, hang on. What's my leader over here? I thought I was with them. Oh no, we've got a few more of us left. Oh, good show. So we'll get around to concluding our dealings shortly, gang. You've got all the other things you'd expect in the game. We've got a compass somewhere. Your watch. Yeah, you've got the vehicle sections, the ability later on to control your squads, and the rather massive campaign with it as well. It's just the it's just the old dying a lot. I do mean a lot. Where do you want us to go now? Come on, squad, fall in together. I was trying to follow with your... The AI becomes half the game itself. Just try and stay in place with everyone. Because of course at this point I'm still a grunt, so I'm following orders. But yeah, so with all the single missions, the mission editor, and the campaign, there's still a lot of game here. It is just, it definitely feels its age as well as looks it. Of course, it definitely looks its age. But the controls are definitely cumbersome. So Q to get into your sort of combat stance. You've still got your things like your third party, but you very low poly, all very. It's that weird kind of mouse lag before you start turning. Driving vehicles especially is quite... Oh, we've won. Oh, good show. So there, what do we get? Score -100. Wow, so it wasn't my fault. I didn't do anything wrong. You'd almost see Regina, but the incoming tank's forced to retreat. Regina is lost. Remaining troops are moving back to Morton, but don't worry, soldier, you did the best you could. Join with Alpha, blah, 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 blah. Statistics. Plenty of casualties, there always are. Alright, continue on. Actually, I probably shouldn't have done that. We might have a rather large cutscene to go through. You can't really sort of jump them either. In all honesty, the game was groundbreaking for its time, but a lot of it has not aged well. Oh, I see, this is a press F to pay respects moment, I guess. So yeah, for the age of the game, this really did break some massive boundaries in the way of multiple vehicles you could actually use, the weapons, first person, third person.
So much for Uncle Sam's finest. For all our sakes, please get your act together, or there'll be trouble.
Oh well, actually that was a relatively short one. That's quite good going. As soon as you're opening your mission, you get your plan and the map. You can just scale around. So there's a lot of playing area, as you'd expect. Some notes if you want it. Your gear, but I'll be stuck with the set loadout at the moment. And there's our group. Oh, that's where I can find out who I am. Oh well, should have figured that out a long time ago. So what I'll do is I'll continue and I'll jump back to this to make sure it's
War's boring. Anyone else bored?
I'll just go back to the menu from here. So yes, we'll conclude our dinners at this point, gang. Arma Cold War Assault, or the artiste formerly known as Operation Flashpoint Cold War Crisis. So it's just that frustrations with the AI, both your own and the enemies. You will die a lot in this game. It does show its age, but you still get a lot of content for your money. So all in all, and it has this sort of, you definitely know it's a Bohemia interactive game if you've played any of the other Arma games, Arma 2 or Arma 3. It's the same, the first iteration of their virtual reality, real virtuality engine, the RV engine. Definitely shows its lineage. So in fact, you've got a little mission editor, so you can tool around with plenty of stuff. That's always good. And I say I can't vouch for the multiplayer, but apparently there is a way to hook up with others. So what the state that's going to be in this day and age, probably not a good idea to base your purchasing decision on multiplayer, would be my honest opinion. So anyway, all, thanks for taking the time to watch the video. Hope you found it useful and entertaining in some way. And as ever, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe to let me know you're alive. And I shall see you all next time. Bye for now.